First light bite. Ooh, got the adrenaline rushing now. I'm fishing with the Gillies Vibro. It's part of their natural range of baits. A little lipless crankbait, beautifully tailored for situations like this, chasing trout. They'll be awesome in the estuaries. But at the moment, I'm testing out some of these very handy little trout colours on some of the Snowy Mountains locals. In the first couple of casts, I reckon they just might like them. Yes, that's a good fish. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is a good fish. Good fish. Good fish. Come on. What have we got here? Big brown. I've cast this little lipless right up into the back tussocks. One little hop. I've got a big brown fella has rolled on this. Oh, adrenaline going. Stay on, stay on. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't like the bait. Suddenly seen that I'm here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what we want. This is what we want. Oh, yes. Phew. That's what we came here for. A magnificent Snowy Mountains brown. And super sneaky. He's up here in the tussocks, looking around for a feed. And I know the fish are pretty shut down because I've been fishing for a while this morning. And I've had a few half-hearted bumps and little inspections of this lure. And too many years I've been coming up here to find that the northwesterly means the fish are going to be tough. Doesn't mean you can't catch them. You just got to sometimes use a different bag of tricks. The bait guys will still catch them, but if you're in the lure game, you're still in there with the hunt. You can either get them on the troll with the attractors, a bit of flash to bring them to your lures, or technique which has worked well for me over the years is a lipless crankbaiting. Get out there with these little hard-bodied lures. They rattle, they vibrate, you put them in the right spot, leave them in front of fish. In that case, one little hop up in the shallows. He obviously wasn't too far away and he's come over for a nosy. As soon as I lifted the rod the second time, he'd well and truly eaten it. And there we go. I'm on the board at last. And now, lure of choice for this morning, the little natural vibro, the vibration bait. New to the Gillies stable. You hear that rattling away. Very slimline bait. I like them because for me they're a mixture between a blade and a hard body lipless crankbait. They've quite an intense vibration with the lure. Also got rattles inbuilt. Good casting weight, they cast like bullets, they really do cut through the air. And a little subtle sink, which means regardless if you're fishing up in the shallows for some of those cunning and sometimes spooky edge feeders, or a bit wider into some of the deeper water, you're going to be able to fish that whole water column up from the shallows. It's out into the deeper stuff under the boat. Some days they're up in the shallows, or some mornings you're going to find them up in the shallows, and as that sun gets up you find the fish retreat out a bit. Doesn't matter, you can fish with these all day, and regardless if they're moody, you can usually find you'll agitate a few. I've yapped enough, fish are biting. Gearbox, back of the boat, nudge to the front. See if we can go catch another one. Oh, just pitched a little vibro into a point, classic fish holding spot. It's been whacked. My little hyper net, which is great if you're in a small boat. Fold away net, turns into a pole when it's not in use, which is great for the kayakers and the boaters, and for blokes like me out in little boats on the mountain lakes. Come on, dude, what have we got here? That's a brook trout. Oh wow, look at this. Now that is special. That is very, very special. I haven't caught a lot of these, and this is definitely my biggest one, and that is a very, very special fish. I'll calm him down, get him out of this net, and give you a good look at him. And look at that. One of the special surprises of the Snowy Mountains, the brook trout. I haven't caught too many of these in my trout fishing career, taken on that little natural vibrate. It's a lipless crankbait from Gillies. They was called things like vibration baits. No bib on them. Put them to the bottom and jig them up and down or slowly roll it out. In this case, I pitched it onto a point, hopped it a few times, and I just started rolling it away when I got slammed by this guy, and he well and truly wanted it. I think those natural little rainbow trout markings that you can get in these lures, range of other colours as well, but that one caught my eye. Big spots, very natural colour that they'll see around here, and sometimes it's those spots and that rattle which will agitate fish enough to eat it, particularly when the bite's tough like it has been today. And I reckon he's about ready. Go back and join. His mate's down there. Righto, Dad. Off you go. I fished a lot with lipless crankbaits in the Snowy Mountains, and I like them for their versatility. You can slow roll them across weed flats or in deeper waters and steeper banks. You can jig them up and down off the bottom and fish a long range of bottom where fish might be holding. They're relatively light lures. They cast like bullets, but they won't sink too quickly. And for me, that's a very, very handy feature. Just getting that slow, subtle, fluttering sink sometimes fools the bigger predators when they have heard the rattle and picked up on the vibration. They've seen this, and then it starts subtly sinking down in front of them. That's very often what it takes to come and get them to bite. The first few hours in the water, get out there and just try things. Every three casts, try a different retrieve. Slow hops off the bottom, aggressive rips up off the bottom, slow roll for a while, pause, let it go back down to bottom. Sometimes even just the cast right onto the edge, let it sink for a while, and then a relatively medium to fast, slow roll all the way back to the bait. Any given day they can be tuned into a different retrieve, and it's a case of just working out what they want. Don't think you just got to go out there and do one style of retrieve. The fish change their mind every day, particularly up here, alpine areas. Yep, good fish, good fish, good fish, good fish. Come on. It's playing down deep at the moment. It's time to drag up a bit. What do we got here? Rainbow. They fooled me with those head shakes. Oi. 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 Don't know who's having more fun at the moment. Me or the fish? Oh. There we go. That's good fun. Tell you what, sometimes when a fish decides to come out and eat these vibration baits, style lures, they are agitated and they belt them. That thing nearly ripped the rod out of my hand. All I've done then, just pitched that right up in those tussocks, rolled it out a little bit, stopped, paused it, and started the roll again. This thing just belted it. So much pleasure, light spin rod, 2 to 4 kilo, 4 to 8 pound if that's how the rods that you're looking at are measured. Just find one that's comfortable for you, pick them up in the shop. Find one that feels right, it's that sort of 6'10" to 7'4", it's good casting length. 2000 or 2500 size reel, just match them with 4 or 6 pound braid. The braid, you really want the braid when you're fishing with these lures, just to give you that contact, because you always want to feel what the lure's doing. You want to be able to see when it's hitting the bottom, feel when it's swimming properly. Yeah. There we go. Lovely, Jindabyne, rainbow. Look at the resemblance there in that fish to that lure. You can see why they like them. It looks all apart, baby little rainbow trout. And there's nothing that these bigger fish in these lakes hate more than little bait fish, particularly around that spawn season. Because these little bait fish make a living out of stealing eggs, and predators are honed in to getting rid of them. So once again, the agitation technique. It's definitely a trick worth having in your bag if you're coming up the Snowy Mountain Lakes. Height and risk situations like this where the weather can turn pretty bad in a fairly short space of time, make sure you got your life jacket on. I'm out here casting all day. I don't want to be encumbered by a big life jacket. Doesn't mean you're out of the game, because with these slimline PFD ones, automatically kick off when you're in the water, sit nicely under a warm jacket, and keeps you free to fish all day and be safe at the same time. drifted across a little point, wind behind me. I've just rolled that little vibro across this point. It's been slammed, nice brown. That's the Gillies Natural Vibro. Their range of lipless crankbaits. Any doubt the trout don't like them? Think again. Not enough of us trout anglers are out there using them because they are an awesome lure to use on our introduced species as well.
It's Bill Klassen here from The Fishing Show, and if you like this instructional video and want to learn more, it's simple. Go to fishingshowtv.com.au and see a whole host of additional videos.